You have it, sir.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can.
Hi, everyone. Shall we get started? Pihu?
Yes, sir, we can get started.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining at a short notice as well. I think some of you received invite today. I had not an idea that many of you did not get the invite, but nonetheless, we're getting this recorded and I will share it with those who could not join. Thank you so much again for your time. Well, this is, I think, formally the first update meet ever since you guys have collaborated, but I've been in touch with most of you on one-on-one basis, plus I've been sharing updates over email and WhatsApp too. I hope you guys are receiving those updates regularly. So how I have structured this update, largely I would want to introduce the entire team with you. So that's the topmost agenda in terms of how, so that you can have the faces to the names. I mean, I've tried my best to have my entire team into this call. So to get started, let me introduce you my team with you. I have Aman Mishra, who's I would request my team to enable your video, please. If that's possible, I'll appreciate that. So Aman heads the marketing. He has more than a decade experience working in various multinational companies. He had been handling projects for Coke as well. So he's been the man behind all the marketing activities that are happening in Lloyd. Now we are changing gears where we are also reaching out to different states and different cities. Amit heads the finance. Amit, you there? Yeah. So he has about 22 years of experience working in, again, various multinational companies. His previous stint was with Oyo, where he was heading finance and also in Excital. Then I have Asif and Mahinder, who have a previous entrepreneur experience, worked in a couple of legal tech startups only. Asif heads product and Mahinder heads operations. Shamik, he is the head of business development, again has about 20 odd years of experience working in various multinational companies in different domains. He heads the business development as well as various wears many other hats in the organization, have been almost from the beginning. I have Priyanka, who heads the legal operations. She runs the entire delivery part of the lots product, and she also has over a decade of hardcore legal experience. And Shakti, who is now handling our technology, he again is helping us in terms of revamping the entire end-to-end technology of Lloyd 2.x, where the entire platform is getting changed, not just the website, but also the way we interact in the backend, the way we interact with the customers, the way we interact with resellers, and many more, and also the lawyers who are our feet on the street. So thank you so much, guys. The success of Lloyd and the future success of Lloyd hinges around you. Thank you so much. And just to introduce advisors and partners, so this slide, I'm sure this is, I could not do the justice by adding all the advisors and partners here, but these are the key advisors and partners who have been standing behind the product as well as the platform. Starting off with Gautam Saraf. Gautam, are you there in the call?
Yes, I'm there.
Hi. So Gautam started off as an angel investor way back in 2020, I guess. And then he has been now playing an integral part, working closely with us as a chief strategic partner. Before I asked Gautam to take a couple of minutes explaining about his journey, just wanted to introduce other
जून की थोड़ी बात हुई थी मेरी कोई?
Sorry? Yeah. So along with Gautam, we have members from Aitwa, who have been transporters and managing in the logistic industry for many, many years. And from startup world, we have Bhuvan, who is the co-founder and CTO of Business, which is a Decapon company. And from IA, we have Munish and the entire team working closely with us, and Anil also, who has recently joined and is actively working with us for scaling up the operations. So over to you, Gautam, if you want to say a couple of minutes about the experience that you had with us.
Hi, good evening, friends. A wonderful weather and a wonderful event today. So, I mean, as Himanshu said, couple of minutes, I mean, if we actually land up speaking about Lloyd, it would take another meeting. But I mean, to, keep it very crisp and short, yes. I've been into startup investments for a while now. And I mean, I never shy away from saying that Lloyd has been my best investment so far. Amongst almost all the investments in the startups, it has been the most adventurous one, the most enterprising team behind it, and one of the finest open set of minds that I've seen or come across so far. I've invested across various, verticals like tech, of education and finance and so many. But what Lloyd is doing, I don't think practically anyone else. I am saying not because I am part of the integral working. The reason I'm part of the integral working is because Lloyd stands apart from all. So I mean, yes, the journey has been very beautiful, investing and then helping each other understand the thing, and being a part of the growth story. But yes, all my good wishes and best of luck to Lloyd. And I mean, one good thing I would like to share, that these thoughts, no matter how personal they may sound, but when we actually go out and meet our customers, the set of 2 lakh, 3 lakh trucks we've onboarded so far, every single customer has a good story to tell. So, I mean, it's just a testimony from me and all these customers, and happy to be a part of this investors community with you guys.
Thank you so much, Gautam, for the kind words. Yes, of course, I mean, the journey so far has been exciting, and the journey ahead is even more exciting and roller coaster. So thanks to all the advisors, partners, investors who have been standing besides us, behind us, and also leading us on the way towards the journey that we are venturing into. So before we talk about the progress that we are doing, I thought it's important for me to give a precursor of what we are doing in terms of in the current state. In the current state, you know that Lloyd started off as a legal marketplace many years ago, and how we have pivoted into a legal tech. I request everyone to please mute. Thank you. And how we have pivoted towards making Lloyd a consumer-focused company, creating legal tech products for the consumers altogether, rather than limiting ourselves only to the creating solution for the legal industry. So the one solution that we ventured into is around the logistic industry, and you know that how the success of logistics works around movements of trucks. So the trucks are moving, the business is flourishing, the truck stops, business stops. And on that note, the stoppages of trucks on highway largely is because of the 2 reasons. The one key reason has been the technical breakdown. I need some background from someone. I think I request.
So you can also mute the person, I think. I don't have those thing rights, otherwise I would have.
Okay, actually I'm in the call. I cannot make out who.
It's okay. It's okay. Everybody's mute now.
Yeah. So I'm so sorry. So the trucks are moving, the business is flourishing, and the technical reason, one of the 2 reasons for breakdown of trucks is technical breakdown, which has been solved by roadside assistance players for over 2 decades now. However, the biggest reason, second biggest reasons for stoppages of trucks is legal breakdown on the highways. When I say legal breakdown, it is on-road legal issues, largely issues related to penalties, challans, unlawful detentions, related to accidents, thefts, and many other issues which the logistic industry has been facing for many years altogether. And these are big issues because they happen anywhere on the highway, and they can happen at any given time of day or night. And when the incident comes up, it is very difficult for any transporter or the owner to mobilize help at that very location. So we all know that this has been an age-old problem, causing a huge loss of money in the tunes of about $35 billion annually, causing loss of reputation and loss of business for the transporters. So, however we may talk about the problem statement, everybody has a story to tell, and there is no, lack of alignment in terms of the problem statement that we are talking about. Every single vehicle on the road is facing this problem, leave aside the logistic industry alone. So how do we tackle this problem? So the solution that we built is called LOTS, Lawyer on the Spot, which is India's first on-road legal assistance solution, rather one of the first globally as well. But in India, it has the bigger pain point to solve. And LOTS solve these challenges by fitting in a lawyer virtually in every single vehicle, which basically solves this problem in 3 steps. One is the L1. L1 is 24/7 on-call assistance, which is again manned by our in-house legal team. And the level 2 is when the incident is grave, a local presence is required. We immediately mobilize a lawyer from the very same PIN code within 2 business hours. And how do we do this? We have built an army of lawyers covering length and breadth of the country. Every single 50 kilometers of the national highway, we have a platform lawyer who has been impaneled and ready to do this task on behalf of our customer. The lawyer reaches on the spot, and it helps us in terms of salvaging the situation or solving the problem or tackling the problem legally. Another key thing that has happened in the last 6 months is the challan settlement, which while our team's intervention prevents any unlawful challans, however, e-challans has become a big menace to handle. While we don't get into legitimacy of the e-challans, however, if the transporter or anybody has to get these settled, they have to go to that very location, city, and appear in the court to contest it. With the same foundation, which is the network of lawyers that we built, we immediately created a solution around challan settlement as well, and added as a value-added service, helping us generate more revenue from the same set of customers. Not just more revenue, but also in terms of creating a stronger hook for these existing customers and helping us in more customer acquisition. So this is something that we're calling as L3, is a part of our offering as overall LOTS. We'll talk more about it as we talk in the subsequent slides. So the idea was to refresh the solution that we have built over a period of time. Impact, of course, very happy that ITWA, we have an exclusive partnership with ITWA, and through ITWA, we've gotten access to about 200 associations pan-India. And the good thing is now the push of reaching out to those associations is converting into pull, where they are calling us to hold sessions in their associations for acquiring customers. Almost onboarded 250,000. Well, again, this number is actual number is much more and is going to scale up much faster. In terms of number of incidents, we've handled about 24,000 plus incidents. So far, covering almost 97% of the PIN codes. Well, practically 100%, but yes, still there are a few more left. In terms of lawyers, 56,000+ lawyers, covering every 50 kilometers of the national highway. That is crucial because we don't want any of our customers' truck or vehicle stranded on the highway without the presence of our lawyer. So that's the overall impact that we have covered so far. The essential thing is in terms of ROI. When anybody takes any product subscription, the ROI is important, and so far we have given about 34 crores of effective money saved for our customers, and where the challan settlement has just gotten started. In terms of effective time saved, well, it is over 37,000 days. The issues which used to take about 8 to 10 days are now getting resolved in 4 hours, 8 hours, or rather even the same day itself. So that's the value add the product is giving to these transporters, to these truckers, to this logistic industry. Well, you must have seen a different flavor of this slide. We have further fine-tuned this slide to focus largely on LOTS. That's where the entire organization energy is. we've kind of done away with some of our solutions that we were offering earlier, where we were doing an outbound approach for getting more customers. Largely, these were legal marketplace and also your legal as a service, because they are low margin, high CAC products. Now, the way we have ventured into lots, which is creating a new market and we having the first mover advantage, we are delving much deeper into customer acquisition as well as fine-tuning our delivery and building tech around it. Talking about this whole product lots, I'm sure when we spoke about lots was largely about trucks. I'm very happy to share that lots has already ventured into private vehicles, which is lots for private vehicles. It has ventured into cabs, and it is now also looking to pilot with last mile delivery platform as well. Of course, lots for logistics still remain the big area to play for us, because that's where we have already established and acquired big ticket customers, and the market is again huge in that sector. However, the pull that we have received from private vehicles market and cabs is something that we could not ignore. Although we had planned to reach out to these segments a year or two down the lane, but the demand from the market has actually pushed us to start working in collaboration with different partners to serve this market as well, which is even better for us. Key highlights, again, lots for trucks, other than partnership with Ayatva, in conversation with industry players, OEMs, and of course, the petroleum companies. However, the big movement that have happened is towards insurance sector. Insurance broker companies like RenewBuy, like Turtle Mint are the two which have shown keen interest in terms of bundling our solution with every insurance sold to the trucks. Along with that, very strong pipeline is being developed along with AU Small Finance and Sundaram Finance, where AU Small Finance, we are very close to signing an MOU within this month with the help of one of our investor advisor as well. So the deal is every truck that gets financed will get bundled with our solution of lots for trucks for as many number of years as the duration of the loan, which is generally 4 to 5 years itself. So we are, it's a big win for us, because it's not just the entire tenure subscription that we get, but also in terms of reaching out to single truck owner as well as big fleets becomes easy for us. Just to share small numbers with you, we'll talk about in detail. AU Small itself is going to give us an ARR of about 20 crore in just 1 year itself. So that's the volume we are talking about. Again, lots for truck has total addressable market of about 3 crore trucks in the country. Remaining 30 crore vehicles form part of private vehicles, cabs, etc. That's where we have gotten a very strong entry again. Although our approach for private vehicle is not B2C as of now, it is more B2B2C, where we are selling our solutions to these private vehicle owners through platforms like ALD Automotive, which is a car leasing company, then Park Plus. So these are the two platforms where we have already signed an MOU. Park Plus, you all know, is a leading access management platform for commercial and residential places. They are pivoting into becoming a super app for cars, for private vehicles and cars, providing solutions again for access management, parking, etc., plus FASTag. So if you have been using their app and you would have experienced their Challan settlement solution, well, that's something that is in partnership with Lawyer. So we have signed an agreement with them that every customer which is reaching out to them for settling of challans in the initial phase will become our subscriber for lots and will be served for years down the lane. So similarly, reaching the customer acquisition plan is being worked out with Park Plus, and they have about 4.5 million private vehicles as of now, with almost 2.5 million active users every single month. So that's the volume we are talking about. So again, that's a very, very great number for us to look at, and that's just a beginning of venturing into the private vehicle market. Similarly, cabs. So cabs also has the same problem statement as trucks, though in a controlled way. Cabs do not have a measurement or overweight kind of a problem, but yes, they are harassed or penalized on the highway as much as the trucks are troubled. So again, for cabs, we are doing pilot in partnership with Cab Bazaar and also onboarding couple of leading car leasing companies for which are leasing cars to Uber and Ola. So that's a very subtle entry into the cab market as well, whereby we are going to provide our solutions of L1, L2, as well as L3. The crucial point for L3, which is challan settlement, is the customers who had to earlier deploy dedicated resources for viewing challans now are going to get that tech enabled through our platform. It is not just view challan, but also the ability to get these settled in the court of law at any place in the country at a standardized pricing. That's the solution that we are providing through Lots. One very interesting product that we are rolling out is, while Lots for vehicles is all about, Lots for trucks and cabs and private vehicles is all about vehicles, we are also rolling out Lots for truck drivers, which is a B2C or B2B2C campaign, which is B2C project in collaboration with ITWA. The objective was they had launched the Highway Heroes project before COVID, where they were empowering and uplifting the lives of drivers. And by giving them what we are providing for trucks, as well as enabling their insurance. So with the help of ITWA, we have launched a product. Conceptualized, all things done. We'll be formally launching it in the month of June and July, whereby we are offering the Lots benefit along with the insurance, personal accident insurance for the truck drivers, touching the lives of them, doing, basically working for upliftment of the most neglected community in the logistic industry, which is truck drivers. If there are 3 crore trucks in the country, for every single truck, there are generally 2 to 3 drivers. So there are about 7 to 8 lakh truck drivers in the country, which fall under, which constitute the target segment for this particular product. And again, there is no solution as of now, which is providing the drivers an integrated solution of Lots as well as covering their insurance. At the back end, we have already tied up with RenewBuy to create this product of insurance. And also another insurance company has approached us to provide, to bake in our insurance solution in the subscription for drivers. So these are the things that has been happening ever since we've been talking to and pitching to you guys. Practically November, December, we started off the subtle conversations, and these developments have happened in the last 6 to 7 months, which is very, very positive for our company. The business model quite revamped. Last we spoke, earlier we had only commercial vehicles at $999. Now we have Lots for private vehicles as well, cabs also, buses eventually to come in. And the subscription solution is being sold at $999 or $1,999, depending upon the nature of vehicle. Drivers is also at $999. We have started charging convenience fee, which is the pay assist model. Another problem statement that we are solving is whenever a level 2 incident comes in, and the transporter has to pay money to the lawyer, which has been onboarded, that whole incident management is being done by a lawyer. Along with that, we are helping to ensure that the transaction amount is rightfully given to the lawyer after the completion of the work, which can be easily managed by us. And for this, the transporters end up paying us 5% additional transaction fee. So that also is now a foot in the door in terms of additional revenue streams. However, the biggest revenue stream is now coming up as challan settlement, other than subscription. See, challan settlement is something that has been absolutely unstructured for the transporters in the country. We have standardized not just the delivery, but also the pricing for them. Every single challan that they get settled through us, they have to pay anywhere between 500 rupees to 2,000 rupees, depending upon how they want to get settled. If it is a priority, there's a higher price. If it is a standard challan that can be settled to National Lok Adalat, and it's not non-time sensitive, they end up paying 500 rupees. Whatever relief they get from the court of law goes into their pocket, which currently was not the case in any model that they were working in. So that's where we have, the depth of the solution that we have created in terms of our battery of lawyers in-house team, the tech enabled us to add these additional business model along with what we were doing earlier. So it's not just the subscription for trucks. It is now much, much more than that. Along with subscription, there have been some transactional play as well. Planning to add other revenue streams in pipeline, which is related to insurance, providing credit facility, legal services, as well as certain cross-selling with various platforms. So these are again upcoming, working. Some have already been done. Some are being done parallelly. So as we roll out the former application for both the supply and demand, this will be easily enabled onto their on their palm, on their mobile app, on their web app. So, marketing, yes, there have been many things that we are doing around marketing. Again, a poll that came up where the cause that we are working on was picked up by the media, and it was recently published in various news channels as well, whereby the statement was, "Ab desh ke truck drivers bhi keh sakenge, talk to my lawyer." So that helped us creating a flywheel effect that I think Anil has been always talking about. Creating a flywheel effect is very important for us when we are talking, when we are working in a product for masses, because it is not just the B2B product, it is eventually B2B2C as well. The masses come into play. So the flywheel effect had to be created. We are lucky and fortunate that these kind of activities, these kinds of pull has happened from the market. Some of the key, what you call it as initial publications here on the screen. One thing I would like to mention is, again, Aman had ventured into creating this solution called Dekho Magar Pyar Se. It's a project that was done keeping in mind the most neglected community in logistics, as I said, is truck drivers. So that campaign itself has garnered a lot of media interest, and we've gotten a lot of acceptance in terms of the solution that we are building. So that was an intelligent, activity that was done by Aman and the marketing team, and we're happy that it is now picking up and being taken as not just a product per se, but also some solution which is touching the lives and making things happen. Talking about financials, couple of slides on that. So this is how this slide, we've yet to add the March numbers. The graph will go even further higher. So basically, there was certain dip in the last year in the month of August. Practically at that time, we were restructuring our entire functions, and we also closed down certain verticals like legal as a service and legal marketplace, taking a conscious call that we need to now focus on lots, which is much scalable, and it has gotten the large mass appeal. And that was one of the reasons there was a slight dip. Now the solution is picking up, and the B2B sales team is also getting strongly structured. So if we just look at the numbers, it is almost 55% compounded monthly growth that we have garnered in the last 12 months in the last financial year. And yes, of course, if I would like to showcase how the structure has been in the last 4 years, it's not rightful to show, because we've changed our model, and now the pivoted model is more focused toward consumers, and the entire urban population, entire logistic market is now our canvas, is the entire target group. But still, if we look at how we have fared in terms of the net revenue, in the last 1 year, the jump has been significant, almost 235% growth from where we fared in the last year to where we have closed in 2022-23. Revenue focus shift, as I mentioned. A dip was there during COVID, but yes, it helped us in terms of looking at the alternate markets. Fortunate to have conceptualized lots at that moment. Significant jump is also contributed because of conversion from push to pull. When I say push to pull, where we were initially pushing, so we launched this product in September 21. The initial 6 to 8 months were largely focusing on creating awareness in the market, telling everyone that yes, while the problem statement has been there for the last 70 odd years, the solution is fairly possible. So bridging the gap in their understanding, trying to provide them controlled access to the solution, that was the push, is now getting converted into pull. And also there is a strong growth potential in the solution that we are building. This, the slide that I showed you in the previous numbers, the graph on the right is the 22-23, and the graph on the left is the same number, 22-23 numbers. So this is how it looks like, the tower looks like in comparison to the projections that we have for future. And yes, these numbers are fairly achievable, again, have been kept conservative. The point that I wanted to strongly mention here, the projections basis which our valuation was derived, that have gotten shortened. In those projections, in the next 5 years, we were going to touch 113 crores of top line. Here, we are going to achieve that in the next 3 years itself. If I talk about at a very high level, the reasons and the justifications around it, the topmost being the shift from B2B to B2B2B sales and the go-to-market strategy that is now uncovering. It is not just the association that we are building up, but also the franchisees and the resellers that have come up and shown interest. Just to share with you, in the month of June itself, we are opening 3 franchisees across India. These will be managed by the brokers and again, small transporters who have taken exclusive franchisees in different cities. Along with franchisees, resellers are picking up our solution to sell it across single truck owners as well as some small fleet owners. So as you know that the logistic industries, 80 to 90% of the market is still owned by 1, 2, 3, that is 1, 2, 3 truck owners. And if I have to reach out to them, B2B sale can never be a scalable solution. That's what the team worked very hard in the last 6 months to crack the code. Still, B2B sale will continue. Our internal in-house team will continue to sell to the big ticket customers one-to-one. However, the growth multiplier will happen through these B2B2B channels, opening franchisees, having resellers, having long-term partnerships with financial institutions like AU Small Finance, which is happening around the corner, like Sundaram Finance and other financial institutions, having insurance players come up so that they can add our product along with the insurance that they sell. The long-term partnership is going to help us in generating those revenues. Not just trucks, expansion into and customer acquisition into other commercial vehicle space like cabs and buses we have been talking about is again one of the reasons for the scaling up of this massive scale up that we are planning, plus lots for truck drivers. So these are the few areas where we are working on. Of course, we have factored in the revenue that we are going to generate from our value-added services, L3 service, which is Challan settlement, and also the 5% convenience fee, which has smaller role to play. But again, as the incidents increase, the convenience fee play also becomes quite bigger. So overall, of course, the projections can be much higher looking at the growth drivers that we have defined, but we are keeping our fingers crossed and keeping only realistic, conservative, but realistic numbers. I'm sure Amit is in their meeting, and last week only we did a reforecasting of our numbers for the future. And we came to a consensus after looking at all the possible growth drivers and the way the team is faring and closing. It was only when the agreements of few franchisees and resellers closed that I was able to convince Amit in terms of having our financial projections the way you are looking at it now. All right, so that's a lot. I mean, that's all I had to speak about in terms of our progress so far. So before I switch on to the ask part, I would like to open the floor for questions. In case you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Because after this, I would be opening up a couple of slides where I have certain asks for you. Or maybe you can, I can continue and close my, close my presentation by showing you the couple of more slides also, any which way. Yeah, so as any founder, I have two major asks. One is, of course, the funding. So the way we were projecting our numbers to the way and the way the things have now happened, the acceleration needs to be very, very fast. For that, we have already deputed the team, whether it is our marketing or it is our technology, which is getting end-to-end revamped. The work is happening at a very massive pace. But at the same time, the funding that we were looking at to close is still open. We still have about 40% of funding, which is pending out of 7.5 crores. I think 60% is confirmed. You guys have participated in this round, largely Logistic Fund, Finwall. So few angel investors have joined in. Interest is already there. We are talking to 3 more networks at the moment at a very advanced stage. But still at the moment, any help in terms of getting anybody on the cap table or in this funding round, more than welcome. So in case there is anybody in your network who's interested to invest in a startup, because we will be opening up our Series A in the next 12 months, and people amongst you, investors amongst you, advisors amongst you are helping me plan those numbers. Bhuvan is helping, Anil is helping, and of course, Gautam is working closely with us in terms of reaching out to those numbers. And the way the B2B2B partnerships are happening, that number to achieve for Series A is just around the corner. So there is a strong return potential as well. So in case anybody from your network is interested, please help me connect and close this round. So that's one ask. The second ask that I have is, please, I would request you to help me collaborate to the target group that I'm showing. I will certainly send you a separate deck where I can give you some examples of each of these. If you can see on the left side is the target group. So it is not just single truck owners, fleet owners, transporters or truck drivers. It is logistic marketplaces and logistic companies as well. So in case there is anybody in your network which falls into this category, please help me connect. I'll be more than happy to serve them. And reaching out to them is through channels. So on the right side, I have listed out all the channels. Partnership with any of these channels where you can influence will be more than, will be very, very, very fortunate thing for us. The likes of OEMs, insurance companies, GPS trackers, insurance aggregators, anybody which is dealing in insurance sector, dealing in logistics sector directly or indirectly. So help me connect with them, and whatever business growth, we have a very fair policy in terms of passing on the benefit to anyone who helps us in business growth, whether it is any investor or any partner. So we will pass on that benefit to you also. So more than happy to listen to you and take input from you. So that's all I have, I think, for the time being. Certain awards and recognition that we received, that's it. Thank you. And I'm open for questions. Before I open for questions, I would request my team to enable their videos so that everybody can. So Priyanka, Shamik, Amit, thank you so much for enabling. I'm sure Aman, I saw Aman also. Mahinder is down, and Shakti also to open their videos. I'm not sure about Asif too. Thank you so much for listening us patiently. I'm opening the floor for questions. Pihu, how do I enable the mic? Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, Gaurav, you can unmute yourself.
Hey, hello everyone.
Yeah, hi, Gaurav.
First, do you want me to be on the video as well, or?
No, that's absolutely fine.
Okay. So yeah, hi, good evening to everyone here, and to the lawyer team as well. So Himanshu, I just had a couple of questions here. One, you said that there are certain services like lawyer, marketplace, and the other ones. You're saying you have discontinued with those, right?
So when I say discontinued, it's that we are not going out in the market and doing an outbound selling. So legal marketplace is still functioning as an automated thing where people are reaching out to us, connecting with the lawyers. Although we are not going out actively and selling the subscription to the lawyers. That has stopped. Legal as a service, where we were partnering with various institutes for taking legal services from various customers, we have actively stopped that. Anybody who reaches out to us organically, or our transporter or existing customer reaches out to us for getting the legal services done, those are the places where we are actively working so that our CAC is zero.
Okay, so the service is still on. The only thing is you're not spending on the on the customer acquisition. That is, so that's an organic path you've chosen, right?
Yes.
So that means the service is still on. So has then the projections which you showed, do they include the revenue from that side as well?
No. Now the projection that we are showing is absolutely lots.
Okay. So are you like planning to have that also as part of your projections going forward? Because as you said, the services are still provided. So there would be some revenue going forward, right? From those as well.
Amit, do you want to take that?
Sorry, can I have the question again, please?
So what, just for everyone, Gaurav is asking that in the previous projection that we did in the month of November, at that time we had legal as a service and lawyer subscription also as part of our projections. Now we have undone those. Largely the projections are related to lots. Are you also going to have the revenue from LAS, the revenue from lawyer subscription as part of your projections?
Yes, please. I think the value of LAS is clubbed in the budget, but as compared to lots, it's a very, very small amount.
Very small.
Okay. So that's why you have kind of not included. Is that?
Yeah, it's less than, I would say less than 1%, 1 to 2%. Okay. So that's why it's absolutely insignificant to show in the overall canvas. Yes, Gaurav, we are not investing any energies in doing it, in solving it. So I'm not deploying my own team to do the legal services anymore. Anything that comes up, we have partners who are going to do. We're going to keep the margin bare minimum and let that partner take up the work that comes up, ensuring that the delivery happens on time. So that's the modus operandi we're going to work in the future for legal as a service, because it's a pure service game. We don't want to venture into the service game unless we have our own team. So that's why we remodeled it. We looked at the numbers from lots, which are magnificent, and when we have a complete blue ocean for us to play, it's a conscious call that we had to take, that venturing into blue ocean, capturing the market investing whole energy there is the need of the hour.
Okay, fair enough. And just to be clear on one thing, so when you say now the lots is being sold as a B2B2C, so B2B2C service, so then probably I'm just trying to gauge that, you know, the customers you're trying to acquire would be now more on the B2B front, and then yes.
Okay,
So
so
what
let
sort of-
I'll just explain that. So when we talk about logistics,
Yeah,
it is B2B,
yeah,
where we are onboarding big transporters.
yeah,
When we talk about small fleet owners and single truck owners, it will be B2B2B. So we are going to onboard all the small fleet owners through this franchisee model, through the resellers, through marketplaces, logistic marketplaces, through financial institutions, through insurance aggregators.
yeah,
That's where the scale starts happening.
yeah,
When we talk about private vehicles, where I'm selling my subscription to individual vehicle owner, which is a consumer. So it's a B2C.
yeah,
So that's where we say that we have taken a conscious call that till we don't have a significant market captured, we will follow the approach of B2B2C only. We will not do a B2C selling of lots to individual car owners.
yeah.
That was what I wanted, what I meant.
Yeah, because I remembered I had a word with you last time around as well when you were trying to launch a few
Yes.
new
yes.
products, and I think so. So are those products which we discussed last time? You said there was some POC which you were doing.
We have
So is
done
that-
that.
Yeah, so is that completed, and now
Yes.
you have launched those
So-
products?
Yes. So private vehicles, we were doing the POC or pilot with the Park Plus. It has been done in the last 4 months, and we have formally signed the agreement. We are awaiting an LOI from them. I'm expecting an LOI for about 4.5 million. I mean 45. Sorry, not for 4.5, but 4.5 lakh cars from them in the next month. Pilot is done. We are already now onboarding their vehicles as subscribers for lots via their platform. Tech integration is happening. They have already started disseminating messages to the customers that they have through the Challan settlement. They have also gotten Lloyd's lot subscription.
Yeah, and so this one was for private vehicles.
Yes, this was a private vehicle.
Okay. And sir, the other thing is I was just seeing at your projections. If you can go back couple of slides, sorry. Yeah, this one. So I was just saying that, you know, you were projecting a 5,171 and then a 100,000 or 10,000, sorry, INR lakhs in like 3 years time from now. So can you just highlight like where exactly you see this revenue jump really going from? Because I see this going.
Yeah, so this
a very aggressive.
absolutely. So the numbers, the growth drivers that we have, Gaurav, are signifying even steeper jump.
Yeah.
So if I just share the numbers with you for the closed conversation in this group, AU Small Finance does in what you call it as financing to about 1 lakh trucks a year.
Yeah.
The deal with them is every single truck that they finance, our subscription of lots for trucks, which has been scaled up for them for about 2,000. We have added Challan settlement to there. 2,000 multiplied by 4, which is the number of years, average number of years of loan tenure, which makes it at 8,000 rupees. Every single financing that happens through them will have our solution baked in, and it has to be paid by AU Small Finance to us, while they will be taking the cost as a part of the loan from the customer itself. So in a single year itself, it is going to give me an error of about 20 crores. So this is just the one number I'm talking about. As AU Small Finance deal happened, the next one is Sundaram Finance, which has a similar number, though the product price may be half as compared to AU Small Finance, but the model is same. Then there is RenewBuy, which does about 2 to 2.5 lakh insurance every single month. So every insurance that goes, we are working out a price point for them. Of course, they will be taking some commission out of it. So the numbers are quite steep. Then besides these, what you call it as financial financial institutions and insurance platforms,
Hmm.
our own exercise through franchisees and resellers are garnering quite a good number. 3 franchisees are going to give me about 5,000 trucks every single month. And the franchisees, the 3 franchisees, they are extending solution to, in terms of extending franchisees in about 15 to 20 cities in the next 12 to 15 months itself.
Huh.
When you set up a franchisee, it's a long-term commitment. It is not something that the sale happens this month. I don't know what will be the numbers next month. These are the players which are dealing with these logistic players day in, day out as a part of their bread and butter, right? So it is very easy for them to plug our solution. And in fact, that exercise has already been done. That's where now we have now gotten into formal agreement of creating these franchises with them. So we were not, so 6 months ago, we had not even thought in our mindset that there will be a people interest in terms of taking our franchisee of lots in cities, exclusive cities. So Hisar is one, Guwahati is one, and the third one is Ahmedabad. These are 3 cities where the franchisee agreement has been signed and the work is getting started in the month of June itself. Similarly, resellers, so we were working on creating broker network, which is unstructured network in the country. So the brokers are becoming our resellers, logistic brokers, who are dealing with this single truck owners day in, day out for years altogether. So that's where these partnerships are acting as a strong growth drivers for us in meeting these numbers. And again, just to reiterate, we had done a drastic level of realistic positioning of these numbers to ensure that these are very conservative numbers, but very realistic.
Okay. And another thing which I noticed, sir, was that, you know, year on year, I understand the revenue is increasing, but I think the margins are also improving. Like, I think
Yes, of course, the
from
margins.
15% to, I think, for 26, we have projected the margins to be close to 30%, more than 30%.
The last 6 months margin is 50%.
Yeah, I mean, I was just seeing the other slide, the previous slide.
The beauty of this go-to-market plan, if you look
Yeah.
at where is for everybody, as we get, and you would also agree, you've been into these markets and businesses for years altogether. The
Yeah.
moment we have our B2B2B pull, where
Yeah.
franchisees, resellers, and these institutions pick up your product and sell, there's a significant dip in the CAC. The cost of customer acquisition goes strongly down, and there is a very low fixed cost associated, which is largely very minimalistic. And also the LTV increases big time. So we've been having these conversations with Anil a lot.
Yeah. So my question really was that where are you attributing all these increase in? Is it because the volumes are going to increase, what you're estimating, or is it also because of the value, or is it a combination of both?
So value, if you talk about logistics, the value has already been established in the last 18 months. So in the initial 6 months, it was the awareness that we did, which now got converted into pull from everyone. And now the value everybody knows, it's just a method of reaching out to all the customers in length and breadth of the country is where we are investing all our energies in, plus getting into the parallel markets.
Okay. So as Himanshuji, actually by value, I meant that, whatever your service is, so you are going to take you're going to increase the price of those services. So that's what I meant by value. So basically.
So pricing is something that we've not yet thought of increasing. We may add more value-added services. For example, Challan settlement is something that we have recently added, and we are charging 500 rupees to 2,000 rupees for every challan that we settle for our customers. So those kinds of value-added services will be added for our existing subscribers, giving us more drivers for generating revenue.
Okay, so basically the outcome what I really take out of is this, because that the growth which you're saying till 26 FY26 is majorly driven by the volumes based on your partnerships and partnerships you're doing, and the other business generating activities you're doing. Is that the correct understanding?
Sorry, I missed your question. Sorry, say
So,
it again.
no, so I'm saying my understanding is based on our conversation is that what your projections are showing, the numbers are growing because based on the volumes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Based on the volumes, we are not increasing or jacking up the price of our
Prices.
product.
Okay. Okay. So this is mainly volume driven.
Yes, because the market is huge.
Yeah.
There is no other player. I mean, if we don't capture 5% to 10% of the market in the next 3 years or 4 years,
Yeah.
then that's not justified. I mean, then we are not doing justice.
All right. And okay, fair enough. And what kind of, like you said, 3%. So what is like, where are you thinking that you would be with terms of, market share, let's say maybe by 26, FY 26?
Well, we intend to capture at least 7 to 8% of the market,
70.
as far as overall market size is concerned, which is a huge number.
Yeah. Okay. And just one last question. You said about the ask, right? You had some ask. So is there anything which you have thought of with respect to how much you're looking for from any investor who wants to maybe reinvest or something?
So there is no minimum ticket size per se, but yes, for getting on the cap table, I mean, that's a conversation we can have.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. I think that's all I have. Thanks, Himanshu.
Thank you, Gaurav. Yeah, Push, sorry to keep you waiting. Push, you can.
Not an issue. I just had one question. You said you're dealing with insurance brokers, insurance aggregators. Just wanted to understand, how do you add value to that insurance policies or, the customers you?
Yeah. So here the insurance players are looking at our product in the similar way as roadside assistance. So the way roadside assistance helps in resolving technical breakdown, they understand that it is going to provide additional benefit to their customers, which are private vehicle owners or maybe commercial vehicle owners. And it is easy for them to cross-sell this product to them, whether it is their online platform or through their distributor network. That's one thing that is happening. Second thing they're also looking at here is the challenges that their customers face in terms of whenever a serious incident happens in terms of accident against the other party. So those are the situations where they feel that there is a clear synergy in terms of passing on the benefit to their customers, and hence they are quite gung-ho about it. That's for the insurance brokers, insurance providers and insurance brokers.
Thank you so much. I just had that.
Yeah, if anybody has any other question, please raise hand. I'll be able to unmute you and provide you access. All right, I think if there is no more questions, I think we've just overshot time. Many thanks to each one of you, and I'm very happy to have you on board. It's not just the money that that as a founder I expect from investors. It's also their time, their intellect, which is very, very meaningful for me, for the organization. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll be connecting more frequently. I'll be sharing this deck separately with you also, and reaching out to you for the ask for investment as well as business growth. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.